on each slide, I had the property on there. I had a picture of the properties. There was 2 that were listed that were not being represented correctly. I had the pictures. I said what was being done wrong, what should be done. I'm literally putting all this into this presentation. Imagine what I'm going to put all into you when you agree to be my client.
Love it.
So you just set it up for them, and it's funny because he was like, "This is so professional. Can I cuss?" And I was like,
He said, "Can I?"
He literally said, "Can I cuss?"
I never asked that.
And I was like,
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Selling Houston podcast. My name is Courtney Okonlamo, broker owner of Collective Realty Co. And I am joined by my beautiful guest, Auriel Davis. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
How do you feel? Shake it off.
I'm so nervous. I don't like talking in front of people because I know how I sound. So
I hear that accent.
Yes, I'm nervous.
So let's get into that. Where are you from?
So I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised. And yeah, I came out here when I was like 19.
Okay,
for about 2 years. I grew up in this small little, literally a quarter-mile radius.
Okay.
It's called Shorewood, this little suburb.
Okay.
I went to middle school there, elementary school, high school.
Yeah.
Even when I went to college, it was down the street, UWM. So one day I was like, I don't want to be here no more.
Yeah, that's typically how it happens. I'm from Chicago, so it took me a little bit longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I finally just kind of woke up and said, can't do this anymore. But now you're a realtor.
Yes.
You're one of my realtors.
Favorite. Sorry.
Oh my God. Don't start. Don't start. But I will say that, your personality, how you just look at every situation so positively, I think that speaks volumes and it makes you pleasant to be around. So, we don't play favorites, but you know how that goes sometimes. Sometimes people just kind of steal your heart.
She still plays favorites.
Auriel is one of the ones, that have stolen my heart. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What we're going to do today is talk a little bit about, your first year in real estate. You joined us from another firm.
Yes.
But I want to hear a little bit more about like the timeline, because your first year in real estate for me really starts when you get into my hands. Yeah. I don't really count, any failures or, any lack thereof or what have you before you get to Collective, because it's just a little different in terms of, my approach, how I push you guys and motivate you. So let's talk about just your journey
with my
in
life,
real estate.
I think that it didn't start until January, just because of things that were happening in my life prior and me getting uncomfortable. I didn't really get uncomfortable with my life until October. And then I took 2 months feeling sorry for myself, and then January hit, and then I was like, okay, you either gonna keep feeling sorry for yourself, or you're gonna get to it and get it done.
Yeah. So then tell me a little bit, let's go back, because now that you say that timeline, we met with one of our other realtors here.
So we met with Cherish
around her birthday, right?
It was on her birthday.
Wow.
Yes. So we were actually supposed to meet like a week or so before, but I'm such y'all, I'm a homebody. I love being on my couch.
That's an understatement.
I be on my couch in the same spot, okay? As long as I got my laptop, I'm cool. So we were supposed to go out to, I think it was, what's that? Nomads.
Okay.
We were supposed to go to Nomads. I ended up staying in the crib.
Right.
And then it was her birthday dinner, and I was like, okay, I gotta go. And then I also knew that I was gonna meet you, so I was like, okay. I'm very strategic with when I go out.
Oh, shit.
If I know that I can network with people, then I'm more inclined to go out. But yeah, we end up going to Joey's, and
that was a nice experience.
Yes. But what I loved about it is we genuinely connected with each other. We, don't get it wrong, we took those 2 hours where we definitely talked about business.
Yes.
And everybody else was talking about everything else, and we were in our little corner. But I feel the fact that we genuinely connected, that meant a lot to me, and I felt comfortable in making that transition too.
Yeah. So before we met, how would you describe your first year? Because how long were you licensed before we met?
So I got my license May of last year.
Okay. So 6 months then.
About 6 months, yeah.
So about 6 months. And how did your first 6 months go as an agent? Because now we're in the next 6 months.
I was a little all over the place, mainly because I was very comfortable with my career. So I kind of like, I do things here and there, but it wasn't. And even if I was at the office, like I wasn't really putting my all into it. And that's just being like honest, like, and being very transparent. Like I wasn't putting my all into it. And it took, like, God knew what he was doing. Yeah. It took me to get real uncomfortable to realize, like, all right, you're either going to do it or you're not. Right. So it was definitely a little bit all over the place, but I think it was also because I wasn't putting my 100% into it.
So for me, that sounds like lack of structure, perhaps. Yep. So one of the first things that we do with the new agents that come into the firm is I literally sit you down and ask you what you're doing on a daily basis. And the reason is because this is not a put it on the shelf, move away, come back to it. This is a lifestyle. Right. It is a 9-to-5 job, just like any other commercial career or, lucrative career. And I think we lose sight of that because, of course, everyone is glorifying, being in real estate. Look, now she sips her drink. So people are glorifying, getting into real estate and, seeing what it looks like on the surface. But what I don't think most potential real estate agents and new real estate agents understand is that majority of the work that I'm doing to close the deals that I'm closing happens from 9 to 5 on a Monday through Friday basis, talking to lenders and title companies and, all the key players in these transactions. So it's super important for us to reel you in no matter where you came from, whether it's fresh out of the exam or from another firm. We sit you down and make sure that you understand what you should be doing on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. So I'm sure that we did that. But within your first 6 months, you kind of just winged it, I suppose, and just kind of waited, for things to happen versus kind of going after opportunities.
100%.
And then here we are, 6-7 months later, I think, right?
Yeah.
About that. And I can't believe that within your first year that you have not only your first listing, but several listings, working with several clients, whether it's from leases or sales. That typically doesn't happen that early. Yeah. And I remember it like it was yesterday. She sat in this conference room to the left of me. And she had this whole presentation mapped out for a potential client. And she ended up getting him as a client, taking on several of his projects. And then here she is today, 1 year in real estate. Did you just celebrate 1 year? It sounds like, May.
I didn't celebrate it,
you
but
didn't celebrate it. You should have.
Because you know how I am.
You should have, because that's huge.
I know. I'm working on celebrating little wins, but I'm not very good at it.
You should. So saying all that to say, most new agents, by the way, they typically do not get a listing in their first year. If you are getting a listing in your first year, that is the exception. I know that there's a lot of new agents out there that are probably feeling themselves and thinking that, I got a listing my first year and I did this my first year. That is the exception to the rule. Most sellers are not going to trust a brand new agent to list their property if they have the proper resources or, say, for instance, they're in a farmed community where people that do have experience and are selling homes in those very areas, they typically are going to be the first ones to be chosen because they've proven their expertise. It is extremely easy to be a buyer's agent. We're doing that every day. That's the gimme of it in real estate. But when you get that listing, there's a sense of pride in it. There's also a sense of responsibility in it. And I remember also, like it was yesterday, you negotiating, your first contract on your listing, having to deal with the ups and downs of that. Like, tell me something that you learned by landing a listing so early that you could, give some advice to another buyer's agent that, turns into more of a listing agent.
One, I will say that every listing, you are going to learn more every single time. You think that you got it. You ain't got it. You ain't got it. You got more to learn. But I think that trying to get everything like situated prior to listing is like the biggest thing. Like as much as you can as much as you possibly can, like try to get it all situated, because trying to navigate certain things while it's on the market, while you're talking to potential buyers, it just creates stress that typically didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
That if you would have planned properly prior, it would have been a much smoother process. So I would say that, like, I'm still learning that. Like, I have a listing that we just went live with 5 days ago, and I'm gonna be transparent. We had a potential buyer within 2 days of it being on the market, ready to go. Everything was a very seasoned agent, was the agent on this deal.
Interesting.
And even the potential buyer used to be an agent, but he let his license expire. So they're both seasons in the game.
Yeah.
And because I didn't have certain things like in play, they ended up going with another property that just went on the market, and they snatched it up within that same day.
Okay, because they were ready to move.
They were ready. I mean, I even told you the realtor was like, okay, when I send this contract over, like, I want it back in an hour. Like, he was super cool, but like that was his energy. Like, let's get it done. So learning from that, and I even told my client, like, because
what could you have done differently?
So I think that because of the situation, we should have planned out a whole bunch of different scenarios. Like, we were thinking, because his main focus is let's get a cash offer. Okay. So it's like, well, if we don't,
what's the plan B?
What's the plan B, and how are we going to execute that and make it as seamless as possible?
Yeah.
So, we learn from it. So definitely when another offer comes in, if it's the same exact, if it's essentially the same, because nothing is the same, but if it's essentially the same, we know how to move to that.
So
and
now he's more not sensitive to it.
But it was definitely like we had to have a little pep talk with each other. And with my client, we have a lot of those.
Yes.
So we learn together. So I feel very blessed that he trusts me to sell his properties.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, if you have the resources, it's very unlikely that they're going to trust you to list their properties, and you're an unseasoned agent. Like I say all the time, I'm green. Like, talk to me as if I don't know what I know.
Right.
Because I don't want to miss out on some knowledge that I could have potentially learned.
Right.
But I'm very blessed that he does trust me, and he's going through the process with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So with that said, and since we kind of deconstructed your comfort level, you said you were resting in your comfort. Now that you have given that up, you are focusing more on real estate. What is like a day in the life as a listing agent? Tell them, girl.
As a listing agent.
What do you think that looks like? Especially with several listings.
Well, because I'm a homebody, as I've told you guys before.
Which, by the way, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Very easy to be a homebody when you're a listing agent, because you don't have so much of the moving and shaking going on, because you can be on the beach while everybody is showing your properties, and you raking in all of the leads and everything that comes with being a listing agent. Yeah. They always say you have to, list to stay in the game. Like, that's how you remain here. Yeah. So, day in the life, listing agent. Go.
One, I sleep with my laptop. Because if I don't feel like getting out of bed, I at least can open my laptop and get to work. So I sleep with my laptop, definitely check my emails, check my phone, because sometimes one of my clients, he's a night owl, so he'll send me text messages literally at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, because that's when he's able to sit down, the kids have gone to sleep, and he can really process and think about things. So I check my phone, make sure I respond to all my texts and my emails. I check on my listings, check on my showings. If, for instance, we have somebody occupying one of our listings. Okay. So if we have showings, I get up early. I make sure I text him and let him know the showings to make sure that he's not on the property. I don't just have listings, so I do represent buyers as well. So making sure that they're on top of, like right now we're in the option period with 2 different contracts. So making sure that they're staying on top of things and getting things done. Coming into the office, knocking things down. I'm working on, which I don't know if you do this, but I'm working on making a to-do list at night when I'm about to go to sleep, and then in the morning just knocking, instead of making a to-do list in the morning where you might forget.
So you're doing it at night versus in the morning.
At night, and then in the morning you just start knocking things down.
So I, first and foremost, everybody in here probably hates me for it too, because I encourage them to do it all the time. I learned this when I was working for that husband and wife real estate duo as their assistant. To-do lists every single day in writing, not on your phone. Yep. It can be on your phone, that's fine.
But you got to write it out too.
But the ones in writing, those action items for the day, it is priceless. And what happens is, I'm always also telling my staff, you make that list and then you prioritize things. It's like a moving puzzle, right? Like if something now becomes more of a priority, we move it up. Right. If it's less, we move it down. And you are never going to complete a to-do list. Ever. It just rolls over into the next day. It's a new plan for the next day, but you get it done and you execute. And I think that we are so, as a culture, we're so vested in, let me make these things that I got to do and let me just be done with it. No, just let this flow. Yeah. We get accused in real estate too of being so engulfed in our careers and, committed to real estate. But what I think people misunderstand about us is that we actually genuinely like what we do.
I would say
it's different every day.
I like what I do. Yeah. I like the clients I work with. I like the whole ish might stress me out. But I love it.
Every day.
Every day. I'm calling her going crazy, but it's okay. Because I'm going to get it together. I'm going to get it right.
Okay, so obviously, as new agents, one thing that I think new agents forget about is the importance of mentorship, coaching, etc. A lot of agents have to go out there and purchase it separately from whatever brokerage they align with. That's not what we do at Collective Realty Co. I become your broker and your mentor and your coach all in one. And you get as much out of it as you want and as you put into it. I'm sure you were about to say. Yep. So how did that play a role in, where you are in terms of, your marketing strategies, how you gather up clientele? What does that look like?
Well, one I will definitely say is I've always been an advocate for mentorship.
Okay.
I've always looked for people that were either doing something that I look up to and I admire and pick their brain apart. I've always done that. Even when I was back in Milwaukee, I've always been big on mentorship.
Yeah.
But I think as far as in real estate, even if I'm just sitting in your office and just listening to listening to things that you're doing or just watching you do certain things, I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Even if you don't think I'm paying attention, I'm paying attention.
You're absorbing?
I'm absorbing everything because I just feel like so many people try to do it by themselves. And when you try to do it by yourself, you're going to knock your head. You're going to fall on your head so many times.
Yeah.
And you're going to do it regardless in life.
Yeah.
But you can prevent yourself from falling a couple times if you actually pay attention and you have that person that's also guiding you.
Yeah.
And I just think that everybody should take advantage of having a mentor.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point too, because not only do you make less mistakes in a lot of the cases, you can get the work done more efficiently and quickly so that you can move on to the next client, take that line of understanding to the next situation. Yeah. But the longer you put it aside and ignore the fact that you need help, the more difficult this industry becomes for you.
And also people holding you accountable.
Yeah,
you could be doing this could be going right? But for me, when I have a lot going on, I lack with my social media posts and all that. And you be like, okay, Ari, you ain't posted in how many days? Because she has us all on notifications. Ooh. And I started doing that with everybody too, just to make sure that I'm supporting and not missing out on nobody. But she has us all on notifications. So if I'm not popping up, Ari, what's going on?
Yeah. And I think that that's a good pivot too, because with social media, it is so easy for us to say, I needed a break from social media. I needed to take a step back.
It's your job.
This is a business. Yeah. And granted, we put our personal life, as much as we want them to see on social media too. This is not, this isn't necessarily where I want to be. It's where I need to be to get in front of our colleagues and our peers and empower them to, fulfill this mission of ownership, with properties and, become stellar real estate agents. The more stellar real estate agents we have out here, the better we all are. Right. Can you imagine on your listings, you get this buyer's agent to come in and they are, just for lack of better words, a piece of shit that just doesn't care about anybody, doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't care about
doesn't want to work together.
Doesn't want to work together. And I think that people forget that, the better we all are, the better we all are.
100%.
So I think that we need to, stop putting down things that, actually, make a difference in life. And whether you guys want to accept it or not, social media makes a difference in everyone's life.
It does.
And I think it's important to not get so caught up in how emotional it makes you, especially if you're there for business purposes.
And I also think, like, I know we joke about how, like, you have us on notifications, but, like, I have them on notifications too, because if I'm not feeling it one day, and then I get like 5 notifications from 5 different people from the brokerage that post, I'm
motivation.
Like, let me get my butt up and post something. Even if it's a picture that I took 6 months ago, let me post it, research a caption, make it, an informative caption, and let me post it.
Right.
So you just gotta, but that's the beauty of like working here and like working at this brokerage is everybody motivates everybody. Everybody works together. And again, if you haven't had a deal in a while, you haven't even had a lease or whatever, when somebody else does it, it makes you be like, okay, gotta get on your Zoom.
Right.
Let me get on my shit. Yeah. And then we do it. So,
I think the biggest takeaway is not to put it down.
Yes.
I always tell myself and people around me this too. The minute you get out of the game, you're not in the game. You're not capable of selling or leasing. Right. But as long as you stay in the game, you may score some points. So I think that it's super important to do that. So what type of obstacle would you say? Like, what's the biggest obstacle that you've had? 1 year into real estate, 14 months to be exact, if we're talking about May.
Did you just do that math?
I did. I'm really good at that math, that type of math. So what's like the biggest thing that you think you've had to overcome? Is it your own mind? Are you standing in your own way?
Yes.
Really?
I think that I overanalyze everything in my life. Like,
not your voice like going
everything.
down.
As I'm
they heard you, girl.
As I'm talking.
They heard you.
I literally overanalyze everything.
Really?
So it's like y'all don't even get the brunt of it, but like I am like I don't know.
Does it cripple you in real estate? Because analyzing in real estate that actually tends to be a good thing.
So I think it works. It can have its pros and cons. Mm-hmm. Like with me sometimes, like,
don't hold back, girl.
I know, I'm trying to think like how to say it. So sometimes when it's like when it's like right now, like it's real busy for me right now, mm-hmm. right? But when it's not, I kind of get like in like this like I start overanalyzing, like, oh my God.
Why is it not busy?
Why is like what's going on? Da, da, da. And then when you stop moving, the key is to not stop moving. You have to keep moving. Like my client literally told me this last week. He was like, you got to keep moving. He was like, you got to keep moving. Like, cause he was talking about his life and like with your clients, you're always going to have those moments of like, just.
I love that though.
Yes. And he was like, you got to keep moving. So when I like get in my moments, like sometimes I just get stuck in it.
What kind of things do you do to get out of it? Obviously, a pep talk from your client.
And just start moving. Like, even if it's, okay, get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, mm-hmm. get dressed, get cute, and go to the office. Yeah. And get some work done. Yeah. Like, getting out of my house and out of my comfort zone and getting some work done. And then once that happens, then
the juices flow. Then it's like good. The universe likes mm-hmm. it. You end up accomplishing more than you probably ever thought would happen. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I love about real estate too, is not only is every day different, I feel like we're just one opportunity away from striking it big. Yes. Perfect example. Your major client that you landed, you met him where?
Y'all, I met him at the courthouse.
See? And you probably just overheard something he said.
I was being nosy. He was on the phone. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what do you do? And he looked at me like, girl,
why do you care?
Get out my business. And I was like,
he does seem like he would respond that way.
And he's so private. Like, my client is extremely private. And he was just like, and I was like, no, I'm a real estate agent. He was like, oh. He was like, okay, well, I'm an investor. I was like, okay, cool. So then we exchanged information. Right. He stood me up like 3 times. Yeah, I just
so you were persistent and you followed up mm-hmm. because that's what they also say. The power is in the follow-up.
But the fourth time?
Because
he stood me up 3 times. The 4th time, he actually reached out to me. And was like, but he had been watching me on social media. So like one thing about it is, I know, social media.
So instead of a business card, I'm assuming you exchange social media handles.
Yes, and then phone numbers as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. That is huge, right? It's so funny. I always, talk about this. These business cards these days are just kind of going out the window.
Because how many times do you get one and you just...
And throw it away, leave it in another purse or whatever. But when I get you on Instagram, you are daily able to see me. You're reminded of me. Yep. You're reminded of what I do. And that's mainly the reason why I always tell you guys not to put it down. When you put it down, there's no telling how many opportunities you miss.
Because he even said, I was watching you. I was watching your brokerage. I was seeing what you guys were bringing to the table. So then he DM'd me and was like, so when are we going to have a meeting? Wow. I said, are you going to show up?
I know she said that.
I definitely said that. Definitely.
I know you said that.
I even was calling him because he was 10 minutes late to the meeting, and I had set it up. Everybody in the office was so excited.
Oh, he was late that day?
Yeah, he was 10 minutes late, and I was calling him. I know, I'm busting.
He's not gonna watch. He's not gonna watch.
No, he gonna watch. I'm telling him to watch it. So he was 10 minutes late, and I was calling him, and then I think who told me? I think CJ was like, "Oh, he's in the front," and I was like, I thought she wasn't gonna show up.
You didn't even give him a 15-minute grace period.
Because he took those 15-minute grace periods before and ran with them.
So while we're on that topic, I talked to everybody about the presentation. Mm-hmm. You literally did that on your own. You sent it to me to take a look at it. Mm-hmm. It really didn't need to be looked at. I was very surprised at how you packaged it for him. What would you tell other agents out there that want to, score an investor? Because the investor business is the business that keeps on giving. Right. So what would you say was the biggest thing that, you've learned from working with an investor and how you landed an investor that's going to give you that repeat business?
I would say going from the landed part of it is you got to speak their language and you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. So for instance, my client had multiple different properties. We were trying to figure out what to do with them. Yeah. So what I literally did was on each slide, I had the property on there. I had a picture of the properties. There was 2 that were listed that were not being represented correctly. I had the pictures. I said what was being done wrong, what should be done. So he could really visually see it, but also know that this is just
the tip of the iceberg.
This is the tip. I'm literally putting all this into this presentation. Imagine what I'm going to put all into you when you agree to be my client.
Love it.
So you just set it up for them, and it's funny because he was like, this is so professional. Can I cuss? And I was like...
He said, can I cuss?
He literally said, can I cuss?
I never asked that.
And I was like, boy, stop. But yeah, so you
Wait, what did he want to say? Damn, this is good?
No, he was talking about his business, and he was just going to, I don't know, he was going to say damn or shit or something. But he was like, can I cuss?
Okay, wait, let me say this too. She had her hair pulled back in a professional bun. She had on a blazer situation. He probably felt uncomfortable.
Girl.
He's like, can I cuss here?
It's all professional. Can I be myself? Yes, please be yourself. And then he saw me be myself about 2 weeks into it. And he was
and then he's like, okay, she cool.
Right, she cool. But yeah,
so that's
just
how
really
you landed.
Setting it up. Yeah. And then afterwards, I introduced him to you, and that's showing part of the team. So he feels even more, he's already feeling comfortable, but this is making him feel even more comfortable. Yeah. We're talking about certain things, and he's like, okay, yeah, that does make sense. And that, and he's feeling the family environment, because that's what you want your clients to feel, a part of the family.
I agree.
And then throughout the process, when you deal with investors, especially investors that have been in the game for a while, they know what they want. They know what they want.
That's what I like about
9 times out of 10, they're going to go look. They might already have a deal lined up for you, and they might
they'll just text you. I want you to write this offer, that offer.
Literally, that's what my client, we're in a contract for 2 deals right now, and that's exactly how it went about.
Love it.
Literally. And then I got in contact with the agent, and we figured it out, and he was used to dealing with investor anyway, so it was just a smooth process.
And then you mentioned preparation. Preparation is super key because you have to be ready to write those contracts. You got to be ready to write those comps. That's why we focus a lot on the training on a consistent basis. So they'll hear me all the time say, we just trained about that. Were you there? Did you pay attention? Did you go back and look? All those different types of things. But that preparation on just those fundamentals, especially if you call yourself working with investors, they'll ask you in 2 seconds, what are the comps? Did you run the comps? What do you think I can sell it for?
Over comps because he just texted me that this morning. He was like,
Yeah.
can you pull comps for this? So,
Yep.
But then also, like, you're not going to get it the first time. Like, I literally just last week before I went live with my listing, I was like, hey, Court, can we run the comps again?
Yeah.
Just to make sure that I got it right. Like, because you just want to make sure that you're doing it
Right.
properly. And then eventually you'll get the hang of it and you can do it on your own. But that's the beauty of having a mentor.
Having a me.
You know.
I'm just kidding.
You know.
I think that, you know, when you guys are out here trying to navigate, you know, these clients and these contracts and these situations, having somebody that will just respond on a whim is priceless. I treat you guys' contracts like they're my own. You know, I'm reviewing them. I want you guys to make sure that you're putting in the proper terms to protect your clients.
Right.
All of that stuff is important to us. So I'm really happy to hear that.
Thank you. I told you I'm my favorite, y'all.
So that was pretty interesting. I think that new agents that are trying to replicate basically what you did, you know, do the unimaginable and land not just one listing, but several, you know, in a very short period of time. I think that you definitely were honest about what that process looked like, but you guys are also showing me that your length in real estate doesn't necessarily matter. It's about what do you do when you get that lead? Who's there to help you convert that lead? And now that I think about it, hindsight's 2020, right? I really do feel like, you know, when you got them, you didn't necessarily know, you know, what you were going to do. You didn't know how you were going to get him to give you these listings.
Figure it out.
We had to strategize that before you actually had, you know, him come in to meet you. And we typically forget that, you know, Google and YouTube, that's just simply not enough. Like, you definitely need a warm body that's going to strategize with you.
That's already been
exactly,
there. Right.
Exactly. At least in enough situations to help you maneuver any situation, because there are still things that I learn on every deal. So, you know, when you stop thinking that you can't learn anything else, usually that's when the failure
That's when you're
begins.
stagnant.
Yep. So enough about that heavy stuff.
Oh gosh.
It's time to get jiggy with it.
And
See, y'all keep saying I'm old. That was old.
I was about to say,
that's
supposed to be new?
Jiggy.
Yeah,
that's
you
supposed
dated
to be
yourself,
new because that's
Courtney,
old.
for sure.
Jiggy with it.
I just said jiggy, but we gonna get jiggy.
We gonna get with the shits. How about that?
I like that. Okay, sorry. So
she's excited for this liquor.
Don't say that now. You know I love the yak. Hey yak. Okay, so we're gonna play a game. I did.
She did. Just kiss it. She did.
We're gonna play a game. This game is crazy. This is like a fan favorite.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like it.
Something new? I was like, wait a minute.
It's not new. I kind of like it. It's called Be Fucking For Real. And how we play is we have a lovely participant over here asking us questions, and we have to be real about our answer. And if we're not, we take a shot.
I'm not drinking.
I don't know what the hell you got going on over there, but good luck.
Lemon juice.
That's a lot of lemon juice.
It is. They got me really messed up.
And I hope that your face looks crazy as hell after you drink it. That's your punishment.
Do we have a bottle over here? Or are they going to refill it after we need?
No. You usually only need one. Oh, you think you're going to not be real that many times?
If y'all ask me
telling on yourself.
No. This is being real. If they ask me a crazy question that ain't none of their business, I'm not answering.
Well, that happens all the time. Take it away, CJ.
Hey, y'all.
And she's starting. Start with her ass.
Okay, yep. Ari, you're up, babe.
Okay.
Who is your favorite agent?
Not me. Not me, right?
Okay.
Agent, not broker.
I can't answer that.
Oh, you're answering that. You're doing it.
But it's like a tie. And it's if I say one over the other, they're both brats.
They're going to have a cat fight.
Kick my ass.
That's a cat fight right there.
Everybody already knows what it is. It's between
Say one. No, say one. You have to pick a side in this business.
But we're on the same team,
Choose the lesser of two evils.
We're on the same team.
Choose the lesser of two evils.
Who's going to be less of a brat?
Who's going to be
So
you're not being fucking for real,
Before you answer, I'm going to throw a caveat in here.
Okay.
It says agent. It doesn't say CRC agent.
Oh.
I don't know if that changes your answer.
No, I was going to say they would be here. Yeah.
Okay.
I love my babies that are not here, but they would be here.
Yeah.
Let's say Cherish.
Why?
Because it's between
shots fired.
It's between Cherish.
It's over for you.
Wait. It's between Cherish and BB, but BB is a brat, but she's less of a brat than Cherish. So I'd rather hear from BB than hear from Cherish. So Cherish is my favorite.
I'm not gonna make her take that shot because something tells me that there's a better question there. But that was a punk ass answer.
No, it wasn't.
Because you basically are saying that you're choosing one because you know one ain't gonna get mad.
No, I'm basically saying that I love them both equally, but I can't do that. I have to choose one.
Yeah, we got to choose one.
I'm choosing one.
So then you standing by it.
I'm standing on it.
Yep. Cherish. Okay, there you go.
And now Courtney.
Cherish. Wait, I got to do the same question?
Yeah.
Oh. Listen,
Listen.
Get it right. Get it right.
Right. Now punk ass, what?
Who is my favorite agent?
Why are you thinking about this?
If I say you, they're going to make me take the shot because they're going to think I'm saying you because you're standing right here.
I mean, I know the real answer is actually me, so it's fine. I'm not going to make you take a shot.
So am I allowed to say her? Is she standing right here?
No, say the truth.
Okay, they said no. No, you said no.
Tell the truth. What? That's not the truth, Tristan?
I really don't know. Help me, Tristan. Who is my favorite?
Say it.
Who really is my favorite? Tara, if you look, I'm always calling Tara. Lifeline. Who is my favorite agent? And I'm going to let you say it. Who is my favorite agent? Like, who am I like drooling over? Not in that way. You know.
Kiana Watson?
No. She's a broker. She's a broker.
Oh, excuse me,
I was about to say
Kiana.
that would have been a good one.
Sorry.
She's a broker. Oh, you did say they don't have to be
That's
here.
true. That's
Ooh.
true. That's true.
Birdman.
You're trying to get out of it. It's okay.
Who is my favorite agent?
It's okay. Your future favorite agent is me. Girl.
You know what? Then maybe I shouldn't feel so bad because
it.
all of y'all think y'all the favorite. So I guess
Do
I
someone
should
not here. Because I feel like your favorite agent isn't here. Like, that's not like a dig, but I just feel like there's somebody that you're just like, damn, I love her.
Damn, I'm under a rock then because I'm trying to think of any outside agent.
It's Kiana Watson. If she
yeah, guys, honestly, it really is Kiana.
It's Kiana Watson. 100%.
But she's technically not that.
But can that be like in the same? I know it's not the same, so don't drag me. Don't drag me.
Auriel want to be in it.
No. I'm saying I feel like Kiana Watson, that is a good answer.
Yeah. She has shaped and molded so many things that we have done and that we do here. Look at them in the background. That's what they were looking for.
That was the answer.
I know I've said this many times. We share a lot of the same similarities and our starting, our firms and things like that. So I'm going to give it to Kiana Watson, the OG.
That's a good one.
The OG in this thing.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. So, Courtney, you're going to take this next one first?
Strong.
Yes. Okay.
Ariel,
if you lost everything you have and had to choose between never getting your makeup done again or no more fine dining,
which that's easy for her. Oh, my God.
What would I give up?
Yes.
Makeup. Give me that food.
Yeah.
Fine dine me.
Same.
You too,
please.
foodie.
Same.
So
when you have skin like this,
it really is flawless though. Like,
it's very easy to throw on some brows and leave the house.
And no makeup.
That's makeup.
Yeah. Well, okay.
No, it's okay because you can get the little.
I can get tints or something.
No, you can get the
Look, she's like, you can get that.
We're gonna go old school, get them shaped, and that's
shading or something.
That's permanent makeup, babe. That's makeup.
That's not makeup.
That's like a tattoo.
Yeah, it's not makeup.
Okay.
If I can't wipe it off, it's not makeup. I'm gonna need some brows though.
We made our own rule.
Okay, I'm gonna need some brows, but I'm not giving up my fine dining experience. It's not happening. So if I have to walk around with no brows, then so be it. Next.
Like you already married.
Next. Ooh, okay. Who wants this one first? Courtney? Because I said the last one you were first. So this one you're definitely first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who was your worst client and why?
That is not okay.
I don't think we should do that.
Cece did that. I can tell you about my worst client experience.
Okay.
I think that's fair. So I feel like my worst client experience was when you paint the picture for the client. You answer all of their questions. You answer their phone calls, their text messages, their crazy requests. You basically do everything that you're supposed to do as a professional to support them. And then they use all that information you gave them and go and work with somebody that's not going to tell them like it is. But they used you and abused you and soaked out all this information that we know damn well they didn't get from the agent that they chose. And I check. It's just crazy. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my answer. And you shall remain nameless.
But you know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Ari, do you have?
I feel like I don't have enough skin in the game to answer that
No.
question.
You got to answer it. Or are you taking that lemon juice? You've been through a lot of deals, I feel like, even within the last few months.
Can I say
you got one. I know which one.
Can I say like my worst experience, not because of the client, but because of the agent?
Okay, we'll
she
take
always trying to spend. You see what she doing?
But you said the. What
she said?
You did
we'll
say
take
client.
I did say client
I
experience.
don't have a worst.
But Courtney's
I love
already,
all my clients. My
we've
clients
changed
are
it already.
bomb. My clients are bomb. I don't have any client experience.
I'm glad.
Be for real. Take that shot.
No, which one has caused me?
I can't give a name. Blink once.
Right, we trying to communicate.
Girl.
I really don't.
Let her go. No, I'm not letting her go. I caught this one. I ain't letting her go.
So
Drink
sweet.
it. Your clients are so perfect. Drink it now.
My clients don't stress me out.
Drink it.
I told you I ain't got enough skin in the game yet.
Let's look at her face. Look at her face. What? You're not human.
I'm not. I'm Ari. I'm just playing.
They're getting that. That's being gotten. How did you not, like, nothing happened?
Because I'm a G.
That's weird, right? No?
It's not that bad.
Okay. All right. Next.
All right.
You were so excited.
We're not done?
Look at you.
No, we've got 2 more questions.
Are they like good ones? Because these aren't even really that good.
Oh, damn, you sound like me. You need to go listen to the other episodes. I literally say that every time.
Yeah,
But
well, these
get
last
some
2
juicy
are
ones.
for Courtney exclusively.
Only?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm with it.
I smell a trigger.
You ready?
Okay.
Not a trigger.
All right. How much money do you spend on Starbucks?
Oh.
We'll say in a week.
It's roughly $6.50 a day. Maybe
$6.50?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So can you do the math? And that's 6 days a week minimum. So even it's going to be one or the other weekend day.
with taxes.
I was going to say, yeah.
That's it?
We'll round up and say
$6
$7 a day, 6 days
yeah,
a
let's say
week.
7 times 6, 42.
Oh,
42 times
7 days.
52.
So 45.
That's not bad, right?
I don't drink Starbucks, so I don't know.
What did you say? Is that bad?
What's 45?
Look at
Voice of
Courtney.
reason. The voice of reason
The
back
whole
there.
room is like, is that bad?
She like, baby.
Okay, how much money you spend on
that's a tank
tequila?
of
How about
gas.
that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't have to spend anything
Oh,
on tequila.
what you do?
I take shots of your bar.
I was about to say, can she do it?
That's a perk of being employed at CRC, y'all.
Okay. And that's just
We
that.
always have
so that
done.
wasn't bad, right?
I guess.
I mean,
that's a
I-
tank
You thought
of
I was
gas
gonna lie
for
about
me.
something like that?
I think
I'm proud.
No. We just,
I think it's
Starbucks
worse
drinker.
that she drinks it every day. I think that's the real issue, not the amount. Mind you, I don't drink
I feel
Starbucks at all,
attacked.
so I'm a little judgy.
Really?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh my God, you're one of those.
I drink like
We don't do that. Those
just
tea
don't-
drinkers and shit. Like
I mean,
y'all
I
are
just-
whack.
all right, don't attack the tea drinkers.
right. She's a
Whack.
hater. She a
Okay.
hater. It's okay.
Tea
Not
is
as
whack.
expensive as that sugary coffee.
Right. That's
Okay, so
all
I
that
do
sugar.
get one less pump.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I
Like what?
I bring down the pump and I add an extra shot of espresso. And I don't do whipped cream.
Okay.
You want a
So, you
cookie?
know, I-
She want a cookie. She want a cookie so bad.
So balance, right?
I guess. That's what we're going to call it. All right.
Next.
All right.
Last question. Drum roll, please. Answer this question truthfully. Duh. Do you think your life is a reality TV show?
I wish.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
What
so
she
can't you
said.
just take a shot? Like
I'm
what?
taking a shot, baby.
Right, just take the shot.
I'm taking a shot. Which this is a good shot take because to you out there, you need a reality TV situation. This is where we at. You see this?
No, really.
Are you gonna be on it? Will you be on it?
I would definitely be.
Because you know not everybody gets to be in it. They like what they like, right? Like if you ain't good TV, you may not get picked.
I'm gonna be honest though, I might not be good TV. Only because I'm extremely private. So like what you get is gonna be in this office and like in the field, but my life is
that's
private.
Still entertaining.
Okay.
Like you're still entertaining. If that's what they still want to see, then that's cool. You're intriguing. You're bratty. You know, like you have the.
Is that a good thing?
You have those little things that are good for TV.
Okay.
The other thing I always like to say with this reality TV stuff is, you know how we just kind of like shoot the shit about different situations and the people that coincide with those situations. People have to be ready to like, you know, not get offended if we say something in jest about like a deal or, you know, their personality when it comes to these clients and things like that. So I feel like we would all have to have a sit down and we would have to figure out who gonna be what. Please, if it ain't about your kids or your man, just think of it as not a big deal. Like, just let us be, right?
Yeah,
let us be reality.
But you know, people, you're not gonna let nobody be.
And that's when they ain't gonna be, then you ain't gonna be on the show.
Yeah.
Okay,
so if you ain't ready, you can't be on the show.
Actual last question for both of you. Collectively, see what I did there? Choose 5 agents along with our
show.
To be in the show.
Shit, it's fun.
Shit. Okay.
Wait, together. We pick our 5 together. Oh, I love this. Cherish for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Boss baby,
crazy as hell. Done. Yes. Who else?
I think AK. She's
my God.
She's the bougie one. That's just the glamorous one.
So this is Alicia. Hey, Courtney. How are you?
I just picture the video of her walking in with her shades, her bag, bodying. Like, yes.
Definitely Alicia.
Yes.
Okay. I say Terrence.
Oh, Terrence is a character.
Oh, Jesus, help 100%. The people.
Terrence.
100%. Who else? We can't leave out BB. BB is just
the brat of the brat.
She's the brat. So I know that Auriel is a little bratty too. You're more of a diva. So I take that back. You're a diva. Girl, stop. Are you kidding me? Look how you came in here.
She keep coming for me.
Look how you came in here. So you're the diva and BB's the brat.
Okay.
BB the brat. Yeah, that's basically what that is.
So that's 4.
That's 4.
Yep, that's 4.
Okay.
Who's got the last spot?
Who's the top? You left yourself out. Are you gonna be?
I mean,
no, she's a given, right? She's a given.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a given. Period.
Who else? We need a roster. Okay. Last one. Number 5. Not including us because we're going to be the stars.
So when I tell y'all that I'm her favorite, just pay attention. Pay attention. I'm just saying. She gives y'all
I really didn't.
No, if somebody talk too much, they're going to tell themselves.
They do say that. That is a thing.
Very true.
So who is number 5? So let's think of who we have already. Let's set the tone.
Okay.
We got me, we got you, we got Boss Baby Cherish, we got BB the Brat, we got AK the what? The silent, you know.
She's just the silent
the
killer.
Baby girl. Like, she the silent killer.
Look,
but
you guys say nothing like she's so fly and like.
Very fly. Everybody keeps saying that. So shout out to Alicia and her total package wear that she puts together a look. She does. For sure.
100%.
So we got her. That's 4. Number 5.
Wait, can we read down the list?
We just did. Oh, of other agents?
Yeah. Did we read down the list?
Yeah, I called them out.
All of them? Okay, that's all.
We did.
That's Maria. Maria's a vibe.
Maria.
Maria's that honest. She's that unexpected vibe that you don't know. Because when we was out that one day at
what
the
day?
Admin.
What was it for? Was it for the brokerage thing or for BB's thing at Admin?
No, it was for the brokerage.
Oh, the brokerage one.
That was the first one.
Okay, that's when y'all first met her, I feel like.
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't I thought she would, like, Maria, I really thought that you were going to be, like, super,
not
like,
the camera.
just uptight and just about your business. Like, not in a bad way, but just, like, strictly business. The body was bodying. She was twerking. It was a vibe.
Twerking.
Yes, it was a vibe. I was like, I like her.
So I've known her for, I think, probably since our first years in real estate. So maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. And she has always been that way, by the way.
She's so sweet.
So, yes, she's professional. Yes, she's about her business, but she's so much fun.
You know, she says that we need to go out all together because every time we go out, she's like, you guys didn't invite me, so we need to invite her.
Yeah, and her kids are grown, so she can move around a lot more. Yeah. So I think we should definitely do that. Let's figure out what's going on this week. Oh, she loves to travel. She loves to travel.
I love how she literally closed. Mind you, she closed like 2 deals, right? Back to back.
And then was on a plane.
The next day, she was on a plane out the country. I was like, I love it.
And then when she leaves, we make sure that all her stuff keeps shaking.
Taken care of.
That's what we do.
Because we a family.
So I love that. That's our show. What you think? What you think about our little lineup? Are we being real?
I think we being real.
No?
Who do you think that we missed?
She's lying.
No, I'm kidding. That's a good lineup.
She's not kidding.
I think that's a good. Okay, so let's end it with this. What are we naming this show?
Selling Houston.
Selling Houston?
Yes.
Selling Houston. So
Listing
then
Houston.
I'm going to need a call from Netflix.
I saw that. I got you. Be fucking for real.
Will the real black brokerage owners please stand up? All right. So
that's a wrap.
Okay. So I really enjoyed this conversation.
We had fun. I was super nervous at first, but
really, did we shake you up with your lemon juice?
No, that was nothing. That was nothing. I really wish I could. I can't wait until I'm actually drinking tequila, but it's okay.
So when are you going to get back to that? Do we know?
No.
Okay. I'll wait a little while longer, but you're not going to be able to do this shit forever. So. Not with me, at least.
I mean, Cherish did it for 90 days.
I don't care. And I don't believe that she did either. Sorry, boss baby.
Only because she was so quick to go back.
Girl.
That it was like the moment
Cherish is gonna laugh
hit
at
90
this.
days,
Girl.
like she went straight back to it.
Right.
She's like, okay.
She was at home drinking wine, I'm sure.
Right. You know.
She ain't gonna tell us though.
Especially
but anyway.
as a realtor, you need to have your line.
I know.
Deck.
I know, right? We gotta have something. We gotta have something.
Advice.
But this was amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ari. I know her name's Auriel. She likes to go by Ari.
Yes. With the U.
With a U.
The U.
And I'm so happy that, you were able to come in and give the people what they want. Let them see what it's like to be a producing realtor so early on in your career. So I'm so happy that we got to have this chat. I think it's super important for us to bring these guests on, have them teach all of us, something new. We really, really aim to put quality information out into the atmosphere regarding real estate so that we can educate and empower buyers, sellers, landlords, and tenants. So hopefully you gain some insightful information today. And until next time, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Now it's a wrap.
Yeah, because she got me messed up. There we go. It's a wrap. Bye, y'all.
Period.